at the divine lotus feet of our most beloved Swami. Dear brothers and sisters, revered elders, welcome back to fourth day of this wonderful morning session of the workshop, English teaching workshop, English teaching learning workshop. By Swami's grace, first 3 days we have seen what are the different principles and objectives that govern English teaching. What goes with that? What sustains it? What is the basis of excellence in English? What is the foundation that we have to give so that effortlessly, by empowering students by themselves, without anybody's assistance, being independent of teachers or others' help, they turn out to be excellent speakers, excellent writers, excellent thinkers, more importantly, excellent thinkers. Because Swami Vivekananda has said, if action is powerful, thought is omnipotent. Look at this beautiful sentence. Every sentence is like kind of, capsule. It's a power capsule. He says, if action is powerful, thought is omnipotent. Therefore, how we think in English, that paves the way for our delivery, our beautiful diction, style, our rhythm in speaking. So when a person speaks well, suppose in your class any student speaks well or your teachers, anyone speaks well, what does it show? It shows that he thinks well. We have to immediately conclude he thinks well. So now we have seen phonetics. Yesterday we learned phonetics, and in between we also learned spoken language activities. All those spoken language activities could be conducted for right from 7th to even 6th also for entertainment, and from 6th and 7th, and then 8th onwards it could be conducted for even assessment with criteria of parameters. We will delve into it in detail as we progress for another 2 days. We'll give you the entire, the entire package of this, how assessment should be conducted with what kind of scientific parameters. Because, as I already once mentioned, children, they want proof. If a teacher simply guesses and gives marks, though he may guess correctly, children will not be convinced. Out of 10 marks, you say, okay, I'll give you 6 out of 10. Where did I lose, madam? Teacher will say, student will ask teacher, where have I lost marks? Show me. How can I improve? So you will have to show him and convince him by exactly pointing out at where he lost marks. Therefore, these parameters will be of great help. For example, 10 marks we give for reading, or 10 marks we give for drama, 10 more role play. We have to divide into 2 marks of parameters, 5 parameters. Say for example, fluency, presentation, pause, stress, pronunciation, grammatical accuracy, something like that. We have to make 5 different parameters. For each we have to give assigned marks. For 2 in columns we have to put and say 2 marks, 1 mark or half mark. In fact I have given even 1/4 marks always. My always marks ended up with most of the time 89 1/4, 89 and a half, or 91 3/4. Of course in the end, out of 100, before we convert that into grade system, we have to round it off. And so 91 3/4 becomes 92, and then we have to convert it into grade system. So that apart, today, as Sister Lata has pointed out, we'll be doing these 2 things, phonetics and a little bit of phonetics, going through it again, and then cursive writing, and then some activities. And today also I would like to show you some audio visuals. Which are the audio visuals that could inspire the young minds? See, what we see is very, very important. Sister Lata also had once here, on the screen she had shown. So, what I see, I believe. So, somebody has rightly said, what is that beautiful quote? I remember, I forget. I see, I remember, is it? But in a different, but in a different context, I should like to tell you, that this is in a different context. That is very beautiful logic. This is in a different contextual logic, that what we actually see, students will be observing the students, teachers, and therefore what they see only they copy. They imitate the teachers very minutely. They take the teacher to be perfect. They take the teacher to be role model. They take the teacher to be ideal. Their innocent mind is like that. See, if the teacher presents a bad example, instead of condemning it, except a few rare cases like our Madhyanaran Bhattana or anybody like that gifted soul, or Gandhiji, who did not probably emulate the teacher when the teacher told him to copy when the superintendent had come. But except for very, very rare souls, all the students, they just take that itself to be, something correct, and they don't find fault with teachers. They just accept it. Therefore, it is very, very important for teachers to be very perfect in front of the students. They'll be observing you minutely, how you behave also, what is your intention, whether you are impartial. See, when we treat the children, generally what happens is we favor the intelligent ones, or we acknowledge the intelligent ones, and we tend to even not see the so-called weak boys, or so-called some people who are who are not bright or sharp or something. So we have our own preferences. Now this has a very, very deleterious effect on our teaching also. When can a teacher be effective? When can he actually impress the audience or the children? When he can first win the hearts of the students. And how to do it? By total impartial treatment. Point out at the weak students, take their names also, look into their eyes. This is very, very important. Treat them alike, show them a lot of love and affection. Okay, you don't have to neglect anybody, but also consider everyone equal, and then the class itself will come to know this madam, this teacher, this sir, he loves us all equally. And then their focus on your teaching will be more effective. They'll pay more attention. They'll have more faith in you. See, what happens when they don't have faith in your ideology, their focus goes. They don't have more interest in your class. Therefore, it's very important for us to win the hearts of the children by that intense love. At the same time, impartial love. So, this apart, this is something connected to Paravidya, all these things, because it's intertwined, it cannot be separated. Sometimes I'll have to just intertwine it and tinge it with that. But this apart, now coming to poems are very now and then. Can you believe this? All these poems, they have been written on their own through imagination, through inspiration. Poems have been written through inspiration. Day before yesterday in Madhyanaran Bhatt's, during Madhyanaran Bhatt's birthday, we all heard this Shri Madhyanaran Bhatt's, that beautiful poem, Satyavu Nityavu. I mean, what kind of poetry it is, really? What kind of poetry it has come out from the depths of his heart? It is written on his own. So that is poem. I mean, poetry is something, it comes out spontaneously. That's what William Wordsworth has said. Poetry is the spontaneous overflow of natural emotions. Spontaneous overflow of natural emotions. And poets are in between this worldly existence and spiritual existence. They are neither too spiritual nor too worldly. They are in between. So that's how they write poetry. Now, why I am stressing out at this is, poems alone can inspire the children. But at the same time, you have to read a number of poems to them. Recite number of poems in front of them to inspire in them. You have to select the poems. You have to select different poems. For 6th class, for 7th class, you have to select from different sources. You have to select from CBSE books. You have to take ICSE books. You have to take other state books. You have to take some authors. Search the internet. Take the printouts. Select what touches your heart. Lyrical poems. Especially lyrical poems. Right from 6th class, see, for example, even before you do anything, even before we do all this handwriting phonetics, the first thing that you can do is enter the classroom and just sing a song. See, they'll be so happy. They'll be so happy. Oh, what is this? How nice. This is celebrative mood that sir is, celebration. Life is celebration.
We have to... No problem. So, poems are so very inspiring, that's why. Now, this, some of the poems, they relate to smaller classes. So, we should know how to read out poems for small children, and we should know how to read out poems for elderly children. Now, I'll give you some 2-3 examples. Let's say one first poem I'll read out for small children. Oh, I am Petuski of Mudeneli. I have given I've given one for higher classes. Anyway, I'll do for higher classes now first, and then we'll go for the small children's poems. So let me read this and see. Even if your accent is not good, don't mind it, but never compromise with intonation. They will enjoy it. Do your best in modulating your voice and intonating. They'll enjoy. Doesn't matter even if your accent is having a tinge of your regional accent or from your state. Doesn't matter. That is not very important. Style is not very important, though it is important to some extent. Style is definitely not to be neglected too much, but more important than that is fluency and intonation modulation in speaking English. So now, how to read? Never read the poem without any intonation, like simply reading kind of thing. Never do that. Please keep it in mind. Now, when you go, a total change, one great change that you have to show right from the first day when you enter the classrooms after going from this workshop, a change that you must show is whenever you recite a poem, it should be in a sing-song way. Can we do that? Will you do it? And and I promise you, see the change, see the feedback of children, how they will love you more. The moment you start intonating your voice, the moment you start modulating your voice, how they will love you. So I'll just show this. I have taken this poem just for showing the intonation, because there are some intonations here. 3-4 characters are there, 3-4 characters. And it's a ballad kind of poem, prose poem it is called. It describes a story, and here one Mr. Alva's Isle, the chief of Alva's Isle is actually eloping away with Lord Allin's daughter, and they are about to die. And in fact, that happens. So what the story is, and the father, generally a typical story, film story kind of thing, or history also has revealed it. Lord Krishna himself has actually demonstrated how actually Rukmini Devi, she was forced to marry Shishupala. And she wrote a letter to Krishna that you have to save me. And Krishna demonstrated that we should, in this regard, give total freedom. You should not force children. And parents, it is the bounden duty of the parents to take care of the children like custodians. They must not exercise authority. In fact, once Premamrutam, revered Murthyana made a remark, Matrudevo Bhava, Pitrudevo Bhava is applicable only to those children when their parents are allowing them to go near God. If they become like Hiranyakashipu, how can you have Matrudevo Bhava, Pitrudevo Bhava? This is what he told in front of everybody in Premamrutam. So it's such an important thing that this teaches us a lesson also how the parents' attitude should be. At the same time, our culture also tells us children also that they must be totally obedient, and they must, like Bhishma, who did everything for his father, but he went a little too far also. And he committed a blunder. He gave more importance to parents than the throne, than the kingdom itself. That's a different story. So both on their part, children and both parents should, from both their sides, they must adjust with each other. Children should be for parents, parents should be for children. Parents should not say, Matrudevo Bhava is only for us. Come on, now we are the boss. Do everything according to that. That's not a thing that should be done. They don't have any authority to say that. Similarly, children cannot, say that, we want to, everything you should do it for us. So both, it is very important that parents have taken care. Therefore, children should be grateful. And parents should be grateful that God has given such children to them, and they are custodians, an opportunity for them to take care of them like gods. They must see God in children. So teachers must see God in students, like that. So how we should read out this, but this is mainly for reading out how we should do intonation. The story apart, anyway, this is a very touching, because it comes with the end in the end. A chieftain to the highlands bound cries, Boatman, do not tarry, and I'll give thee a silver pound to row us over the ferry. Now who be ye would cross Loshai, this dark and stormy water? Oh, I am the chief of Ulva's Isle, and this Lord Alan's daughter. And fast before her father's men 3 days we have fled together. For should he find us in the glen, my blood would stain the heather. His horsemen hard behind us ride. Should they our steps discover, then who will cheer my bonny bride when they have slain her lover? Outspoke the hardy Highland White. I'll go, my chief, I'm ready. It's not for your silver bright, but for your winsome lady. And by my word, the bonny bird in danger shall not tarry. So though the waves are raging wide, I'll row you over the ferry. By this the storm grew loud apace, the water wraith was shrieking, and in the scowl of heaven each face grew dark as they were speaking. But still as wilder blew the wind, and as the night grew drearer, down the glen rode armed men, their trampling sounded nearer. Oh, haste thee, haste, the lady cries, though tempests round us gather, I'll meet the raging of the skies, but not an angry father. The boat has left a stormy land, a stormy sea before her, when oh, too strong for human hand, the tempest gathered over her. And still they rode amidst the roar of waters fast prevailing. Lord Alan reached that fatal shore. His wrath was changed to wailing. For so dismayed through storm and shade, his child he did discover. One lovely hand she stretched for aid, and one was round her lover. Come back! Come back! He cried in grief. Cross the stormy water, and I'll forgive you, Highland Chief. My daughter! Oh, my daughter! 'Twas swaying, the loud waves lashed the shore, return or aid preventing. The waters wild went over his child, and he was left lamenting. Now this poem, I want, we should prepare, and we have to, in groups or in pairs, you have to take chances, no problem. However it comes, just be brave. Stage fear, like one sister fearlessly said she had stage fear. Priyanka sister, I think, if I remember the name. Correct? Correct, huh? Okay. So you have to lose stage fear. Let anyone laugh at you. Let anyone jeer at you. See, that should be your attitude. I am confident. What? I don't care a fig about anybody. You stand like a lioness or lion. Both. Okay. So anyway, this is one such poem. Now let me come to the small children's poem. Yeah, this is a very, very famous poem. And in fact, but it's not exactly only for small children. It may be for even adults, but so these two poems I want you to recite today, some point of time. Some point of time. And now and then in the class, you have to keep reciting poems. Now and then, just to make them happy. So, you know, when you keep doing this, it will be so nice.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Even if you don't, what we say, explain anything. You don't have to explain anything. In fact, poems should not be explained. They have to just be read out. They have to just be recited. And they understand the meaning by themselves. They have to scratch their head. They have to imagine and understand. poems should not be explained. I repeat, poems should not be explained. Now, I'm sure till now, how many of us would have explained, our teachers also would have explained to us, we have seen everybody explaining the poems, meaning. But believe me, in B.Ed technology, in B.Ed degree, those of you who have done B.Ed also from Karnataka State University or anywhere, Bangalore University or Andhra University or anywhere, you'd see, especially I remember in B.Ed also, clearly they have explained the right way of methodology of teaching poem. It should be only for pleasure. It should be only for entertainment. It should be only for inspiring. Therefore, don't conduct assessments. It is given in B.Ed also. So, you should not assess, you should not read out just as you read out prose. You have to sing the poem. You have to sing the poem. Okay, this is another beautiful poem. How many of you know this? You might have known this. You might know this. Daffodils by William Wordsworth. Very, very famous. But it is we can read it out for small children. See, I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high over vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. Continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way, they stretched in never-ending line along the margin of a bay. 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. The waves beside them danced, but they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. A poet could not but be gay in such a jocund company. I gazed and gazed, but little thought what wealth the show to me had brought. For often in my couch I lie, in vacant or in pensive mood, and they flash upon that inward eye, and then my heart with pleasure fills and dances with the daffodils. See, this is another poem. So, meaning comes by itself. When you read, meaning they understand by itself by guessing. So, intonations are very, very important. And there's one more poem I'll just distribute to you. You have to do it yourself, intonations. You have to do it yourself. I have done 2. Now, another 2 which we will distribute, you have to do it yourself. I'll give you some 5-10 minutes time now. Just 5-10 minutes. And then, not everybody we expect. Whoever is confident, some 3-4 presentations we will do. Is it okay, dear brothers and sisters? Okay. So, you can just start preparing 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes. You can prepare in groups. If you want to recite in groups also, you can come and do it in groups. No problem. Or individually also. One person also, or you can take chance, for example, one person can become Lord Allen's daughter. One person can become Alva's Isle, chief of the Alvas. One person can become that father. So all that, boatman. So we used to do all that, we used to do all the characters in the classes. So it's reading, they did. We didn't do much. So we just taught them how to read. This was the strategy which was employed, and all that activities that I'm giving you, we have done they are all our cherished memories. We have done long back with our children. So I had all that, I had given it to one teacher who had asked. Who have read this poem? No men are foreign, no men are strange. Very nice, very heart-touching. Very, very heart-touching. I tell you, such poems when you read, I don't know how great inspiration comes to our heart. And the meaning is so touching. Meaning is so touching. And English is so beautiful. English and the meaning. See, this is Paravidya poem, I say. In English, perfectly. This kind of things we have to select for our boys. This kind of things. 100% no doubt. We must have this kind of poem. Especially this no men are foreign, no men are strange. Just read that poem, you'll feel, tears will come to your eyes actually. Your heart will be filled with emotions. So I'll give you 5 minutes more. Just go through that. And I shall not read. In the end, probably I'll try to sum it up quickly. I'll try to sum it up. And whoever is confident can come forward. There's no force. But always remember one thing, dear brothers and sisters. Platform this is the platform that you have to utilize. Opportunity knocks but once, it is said. Opportunity knocks but once. I was so happy when Sir and Amma gave presentation. Even at this age, see, their passion for teaching without caring for any other consideration like health or anything, their mind is focused on, they have conducted so many activities in Mandya. See, very, very great, attitude. Great, they are great inspirations for us. So, the opportunity knocks but once. We have to grab that opportunity. We have to grab it. And doesn't matter. This is the time you can commit mistakes. After all, we are not giving you marks, or this is not something, you can always commit mistakes. But one thing is, if you are confident only, you should come forward. Don't become nervous, that's all. If you are confident, no problem. Even if you commit mistakes, if your confidence should be oozing out. Then your children will be seeing this, whether the teacher has confidence and whether the teacher is standing bravely like a commander, and therefore they will be enthused by that. They will just emulate, they will just get inspiration from. Shivaji with his small, he was lieutenant of a small, what we say, regiment. Very, very less soldiers compared to the Mughal army, 20,000, 2,000 versus 20,000. How did he defeat them? Because that confidence in himself, that strategy, smart work rather than hard work. So all these fill the minds of the children with such poems, with such stories. Fill them with audio visuals. 6th and 7th is the time. Strike hot. Strike when the iron is hot. Catch when they are young. Catch them up when they are young. Afterwards you will not be able to mold them accordingly. When the clay is wet, it can be molded according to your wish. Afterwards it becomes rigid. You cannot afterwards. It will only break. But when it is tender, it will mold according to your shape. Afterwards it will only break if you try to force. Okay, anybody? Anybody would try the second? Or okay, any poem. I leave it to you. Any poem you are inspired. Yeah, please come forward. Krishna sir is like that enthusiastic student who will say, yes sir. How great. Very, very great attitude. Coming forward nature. Yeah, side.
Okay.
This coming forward nature we see in Krishna sir. Okay.
Om Saram. I wandered lonely as a cloud by Williams Wordsworth. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high over hills and vales, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils. Beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. Continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle in the Milky Way. They stretched in a never-ending line along the margin of a bay. 10,000 I saw at a glance, tossing their heads in a sprightly dance. The waves beside them danced, but they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. A poet could not be but gay in such a jocund company. I gazed and I gazed, but little thought of the wealth to show me that they had brought. For oft, when I lie on my couch, in vacant or in pensive mood, they flash upon that inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude. And then my heart with pleasure fills the dances with the daffodils.
Perfect pronunciation. Native, delivery. So we are so fortunate to have a perfect pronunciation. We are getting a direct demonstration of how the word should be pronounced. BBC is here. Thank you, sir. Anybody else? Any poem? Yeah, please come, sir. Yeah.
Om Sri Sai Ram. This is a poem which he has just distributed.
No men are foreign.
Men are foreign. Remember, no men are strange. No country is foreign. Beneath all uniforms, a single body breathes like ours. The land our brothers walk upon, is earth like this in which we shall lie? They too, aware of sun and air and water, are fed by peaceful harvest, by wars long winter starved. Their hands are ours, and in their lines we read a labor not different from our own. Remember, they have eyes like ours that wake or sleep, and strength that can be won by love. Sai.
Beautiful. Thank you, sir. This poem gives us kind of that vibrations, no, dear sisters and brothers? Oh, yeah, it's still there. 2 more paragraphs.
In every land is common life that all can recognize and understand. Let us remember, whenever we are told to hate our brothers, it is ourselves that we shall dispossess, betray, condemn. Remember, we who take arms against each other, it is the human earth that we defile. Our hells of fire and dust outrage the innocence of air that is everywhere our own. Remember, no men are foreign and no country is strange. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. What a touching atmosphere it generates, no? Remember, no men are strange, no country is foreign. It touches our heart. Beautiful recitation. And this poem is again, there's a nature poem. William Wordsworth, nature poet. He sees somebody, especially a small girl, young girl who is reaping and singing. She generally, ladies, they don't work at fields. And she's so inspired by seeing the bravery of this girl who is alone cutting the harvest and, taking all these things. And spontaneously this poem comes out of his mouth. And especially one more technique I would like to tell you, if possible, teachers, if you can by heart the poem, and without reading, if you can tell, it will have lasting effect on them. You have to be, you have to by heart it as much as possible. You have to prepare for it. 1-2 days before, 1 week before only if necessary. Tomorrow, after 1 week, I'm going to read out this poem, no problem. Or after 3 days, I'm going to read out this poem. And as much as possible, put your intonations. When you say, it doesn't matter even if it is little over, but don't be lesser. So children enjoy that. Behold her, single in the field, yon solitary highland lass, reaping and singing by herself. Stop here or gently pass. Alone she cuts and binds the grain, and sings a melancholy strain. Oh, listen, for the vale profound is overflowing with the sound. No nightingale did ever chant more weary, more welcome notes to weary bands. What is that? Of travelers in some shady haunt among the Arabian sands. A voice so thrilling never was heard in springtime from the cuckoo bird, breaking the silence of the seas among the farthest he breathes. Will no one tell me what she sings? Perhaps the plaintive numbers flow? Or is it some more humble lay, familiar matter of today? Same natural sorrow, loss or pain that may be or may be again. Whatever the theme the maiden sang, as if her song could have no ending. I saw her singing at work and over the sickle bending. And I listened motionless and still, and as I mounted up the hill, the music in my heart I bore, long after it was heard no more. See, if you feel and sing, you will be infectious. It will touch the hearts of the listeners. So you can practice very well. You can practice 10 times, 20 times, by heart it, and then present it. For one presentation, it is worth it. Because if 1 week of practice can inspire one life, why not? It is worth it. If you can by heart for a week and then present without seeing, by heart it and do it. I used to do all the poems by heart. Even this Alva's Ayal and all, these are all my old poems which we have done. All these CBSE poems. Very, very beautiful poems. And even this, no men are strange, no men are, you can tell with a penchant, with a penchant. So, anybody, one last chance, so this Alva's Ayal now, this Lord Alin's daughter, anybody? Or one drama we'll do, with four people, who will take the part of, we'll do it. Somebody from gents section, brothers, Lord Alin's father, who will take part as Lord Alin's father, who is able to say, come back, my daughter, oh my daughter. You should cry, in fact, you should cry when you, yeah. So one paragraph, who will do? Anybody, Alva's Ayal? Who will take part as Alva's Ayal? From there? Or even if you are able to modulate voice, sisters, no problem. If you are able to modulate voice like a father, or like a Alva's Ayal, or chief of the Alva's Ayal. Okay. You will modulate the voice.
Yeah, I will try it.
You will try it, okay. So I will try.
Let me first read and later I will try for modulation. It's a long poem.
Okay.
A chieftain to the highlands bound cries, boatmen do not tarry, and I will give thee a silver pound to row us over the ferry.
You can remove the mask.
Now who be ye would cross Loshile, this dark and stormy water. Oh, I am the chief of Ulva's Isle, and this Lord Alin's daughter. And fast before her father's men, 3 days we have fled together. For should he find us in the glen, my blood would stain the hair of heather.
He will also join you.
Oh.
Boatman's part. He is the Alva's chief. Boatman's part. You continue the next paragraph.
His horsemen hard behind us ride. Should they our steps discover, then who will cheer my bonny bride when they have slain her lover? Outspoke the hardy...
That is a sportsman who sings. Outspoke the hardy Highland White. I'll go, my chief, I'm ready. It's not for your silver bride, but for your winsome lady. And by my word, the bony bird in danger shall not tarry. So, though the waves are raging white, I'll row you over the ferry.
By this the storm grew loud apace, the water wrath was shrieking, and in the scowl of heaven each face grew dark as they were speaking. But still, as wilder blew the wind, and as the night grew dearer...
It's all right. Go ahead.
Down in the glen, road-armed men, their trampling sounded nearer.
Wait, now daughter.
Oh, haste thee, haste, the lady cries, though tempest round I'll gather, I'll meet the raging of the skies, but not an angry father.
The boat has left a stormy land, a stormy sea before her, when woe too strong for human hand, the tempest gathered over her. And still they rode amidst the roar of waves of prevailing, Lord, unreached that fatal shore, his wrath was changed to wailing. For sore dismayed through storm and shade, his child he did discover. One lovely hand she stretched for aid, and one was round her lover.
Wait. Come back, he cried in grief, across this stormy water. and I'll forgive your highland chief, my daughter, oh my daughter.
It was vain, the loud waves lashed the shore, return or aid preventing, the waters while went over his child, and he was left lamenting.
Thank you so much, sir. Very wonderful delivery. They've done their level best. So nice, so nice. So this is how we have to read out the poems, and I'm sure you'll have a different approach after you go back to your children. Yeah. Yeah, they also, that also they'll do well. And you know, that also they'll do. And in fact, we used to do all this, one person was narrator, one person was, daughter, one person, and we used to give marks, poem recitation in the sense, just for giving rewards. We never conducted for marks for showing children. We used to say, okay, this is the best, so take this chocolate, like that we used to give rewards. So it was such a beautiful time we had with all this. Poems were very enjoyable for our children because we never conducted tests for the sake of showing marks to the parents or any such thing. So it was a very wonderful time. The objective of this activity is practicing the use of perfect tense. I have come. I have had my breakfast. I have finished my homework. When we converse, we say, I have finished my homework. The teacher has come to the class. The students have sat. The Prime Minister has arrived. All this kind of, perfect in one corner of the room, and the B is in another corner. The teacher reads out a sentence in one of these tenses. So Sister Lata will read out a sentence in one of these tenses. Student from group A has to identify it, which tense it is. So what is, to just give you an example, what is past perfect? In the past, action has been completed. Past perfect. Okay, that is called past perfect. In the past, the action has been completed. Yesterday, I had come to the canteen at this time. Yesterday, I had come. Okay, the Prime Minister had arrived. Past perfect. Similarly, present perfect. The teacher reads out a sentence in one of these tenses. Student from group A has to identify it and run to the correct row. So we'll keep 3 rows. One is past perfect, present perfect, future perfect. So one corner here, they'll be standing A's and B's. Yeah? Any doubt? Yeah.
Can we use past perfect tense in isolated sentences?
Example?
There is one verb.
Example?
Now yesterday I had seen the Prime Minister had come.
Yeah.
So usually don't we use simple past tense when we use
No, simple past is another tense. Perfect tense is another tense.
we usually teach it as
He was a good man is simple past.
don't we use then action verbs?
Action verbs are there always. See, for example, tenses are different. For example, simple past, past continuous, past perfect.
Now how we teach is
Ah.
past perfect is used with another clause where there are 2 verbs.
Ah.
Past perfect
Ah.
we used to teach past and past. 2 actions happened, one before the other.
That's okay. No, you can teach that in any way. Now you know it. After teaching, you know what is perfect tense. I'm assuming you know perfect tense, just to know. After you teach it the way you want. Then to conduct an activity just to entertain that. So now you know what is past perfect. So for example, he had come. All these are past perfect tense. So you don't have to relate it to that now. A teacher has to identify and run to the correct row to score a point. Now his or her partner B has to make a sentence in the same tense. Okay, so pairs are there. One corner, one of the pairs, other corner, another pair will be standing. So they will run quickly to stand and that, and the other person of that pair should tell one sentence in that tense. Okay, and has to make a sentence in the same tense to score another point. If either of them gives an incorrect answer, they are out. Okay, and another team replaces them. If they do it correctly, they have a point. So I want a scorer also, who can just write the points. Yeah, Yes, sister. Yeah. Yeah. Situational sentences only. Yeah.
In the past, the event which happens first, the way we express it is in the past perfect form,
Yeah.
and the event which comes after that, we say it in the simple past.
No, for example, I'll give you an example.
No.
See, for example, I'll give you an example for past perfect, where I use it isolately. See, I say, simply for example's sake, the helicopter had landed when there was a bomb blast.
Yes, it has
So
to go
no problem,
together,
but I don't have
you
to tell that. See, for example, I'll just tell the helicopter had landed. That is past perfect only. It is understood. You can use it along with that, no problem. But there should be the use of past perfect. You can use the subsequent sentence. That's not a problem. Supporting sentence.
Yeah, but I think I may be wrong, but the children should be taught that we normally don't use the past perfect just by itself.
No, that
it
is
has to be used with
yes. No, what I
past
mean to
tense,
say is, after teaching all that through examples and everything, when they know that this is past perfect, you can use that kind of combination of sentences. There's no problem. You can use the combination of sentences where the past perfect, you are comfortable for using had with was, if you want to use it. That's not a problem. So once they know what is past perfect, just to make sure, it's just to create interest, because grammar teaching will become monotonous without any activity. So it's just to create interest. There's no other here, it's not any other idea here. So don't have to take very seriously. Okay. So now, for example, what is simple past? He was a good man. So we all understand. This is Rama was a great king. This is simple past. What is past continuous? What is yesterday I was going to the market when I met somebody. Yesterday I was going to the market. See, past continuous. Okay, so this is past continuous. What is past perfect? I had already finished the breakfast. You can use the subsequent continuous sentence. I had already finished the breakfast when all of a sudden Tendulkar came. You can use the subsequent part of the sentence. So it doesn't matter. So it's a structure that we are teaching. So you don't have to worry about all those small things when you are teaching grammar with tenses and all that. So you have to just know the concept. What is concept? Was simple past is he was a good man. Now he may not be. Don't worry about action verbs too much. Like you don't worry about those formulas or anything. You can give an example if you want. Please give me an example to specify.
Yes. Yesterday it rained very heavily. It is simple past action verb.
Yesterday it rained heavily. Yeah, it is simple past.
Yeah. So Rama was a good king.
Yeah.
Or when we say this, this is only a B form verb.
No, that's correct. B form only.
So
but
action verbs, when we come to that, without any had or have, we'll simply have V2, verb 2. That we take it as simple past tense. If we add had or have to that, if we add have, that will become present perfect.
You don't understand grammar through formulas. This is my sincere suggestions.
No, their students are getting lot of confusion.
No. What you have to do is, see how I taught grammar. I'll tell you to my children how I taught grammar. If you teach them through formulas, have, verb, be form of the verb, they will by heart this and they will not go beyond it. It's a very dangerous thing. We should not teach anything without teaching the concept. See, what is the concept? You have to tell them first. For example, simple present. What is simple present? We have to tell them first. What is simple present? How do you teach them? Tell them what is simple present.
Habitude.
Not through telling one sentence and telling, remember these two kind of verbs, and wherever it comes, you don't never teach them like that. In fact, what are vowels? A, E, I, O, U. Every one of us, we remember A, E, I, O, U. The words beginning with A, E, I, O, U, they are vowels. But you should not remember it like that. What are vowels actually? The sounds which allow the passage of air. And you have to demonstrate in front of them. That is the way they have to remember. You see, you should not say the words which begin with A, E, I, O, U. That is a technique, that's all. No doubt. But that is not the all concept. That is not the whole concept to teach grammar. We have to tell the concept behind tenses. Now, simple present means what? For example, the sun rises. What is the concept that you are going to teach there when you tell simple present? Routine actions, habitual actions, okay, everyday action, which just happens. It's not specifying which time. So, for example, sun rises. The teacher teaches. When he taught anything, no more specifications. The teacher teaches always. These are simple present tense. This concept, if you teach them, then it becomes clear to the children. Oh, this concept. They will go behind the concept. If you teach them something like, remember this word, be words and have words, or, action words, they'll get, they'll get stuck with only that. And they'll start verifying everything with only those formulas. They'll start verifying, matching with only those formulas, rather than understanding the concept behind it. We should always teach the concepts and leave it to them. We don't have to worry about formulas. In fact, many books they give formula. This plus V words plus form of the word. Then you remember what is a gerund. For example, what is a gerund, or what is a non-finite verb. When we teach the non-finite verbs to children, or when we teach gerunds, or when we teach past participles, we all give these formulas. Very dangerous. You give that after you teach, no problem, but let them understand the concepts first properly, not just the formulas. This is my sincere request. So, see, it's a general sentence. Don't have to worry about it. See, for example, if I say, he was a good man, you should immediately identify what is this. Simple past, you should say. Now, I'll tell you something. He would be going to the market tomorrow. Which tense? He will be going to the market tomorrow. Which tense? Future tense, that's all. Simple concept. What is hinting at the future? Future tense, that's all it is. Simple concept you have to understand. In the concept way you have to understand. Any further doubts we can kindly, we'll discuss later. I'll solve it out. So this is how we have to understand. So let's go about it. This one, it's taking little more time. So my request is, any doubts if you have, the clarification we can give it always later. Because during the sessions what will happen, we'll have limited time. So let's go about the activity quickly. So please, anybody who sentence also. So simple present is routine actions. Okay, the teacher, the boys play in the playground. The water boils. The sun rises. These are simple present. Okay, present continuous is, I am going to the market. I am going. The teacher is walking. The children are playing. This is present continuous. Present perfect. What is present perfect? I have finished my homework. Present just now, but the action is done, completed. I have finished my homework. That means, I'm sure you'll remember this simple concepts of grammar, which has been taught, I think, by even 8, 9, 10 would have completed. This is very simple. And similarly, past also same thing. Simple past, he was a good man. And past continuous, yesterday I was running very fast. Yesterday I was running very fast. Past perfect, I had completed my homework before the teacher came. See, there we use no doubt came. But the idea is, I had completed, that is past perfect. Similarly, future also. I will go tomorrow. He will be running at this time. He will be writing exam at this time. This is future continuous. And future perfect? Can anyone tell future perfect? Very good. Yes, ma'am? Yes, I will have been going. I will have gone is past, future perfect. Correct. I will have gone. Perfect it is. I will have finished my home. I will have gone there. Perfect, sister. I will have gone. Perfect it is. So, future, perfect. I will have gone. The train will have reached the station by this time. The train will have reached. I will have gone there by this time. In future. So, this much is just remember this kind of sentences. Now, 3 sections is, how do we make 3 sections is? 3 places. They have to jump and they will have to do, quickly come and stand there. Okay, 1 pair. So let's say this one and say sister. This one and this one. Second, third. That's the pair. We'll make it like that.
Present perfect.
Yeah.
Past perfect.
Past perfect.
Past perfect. Present perfect and future
perfect. Yes.
Past, present, future. Perfect.
So sister will
Similarly,
give
past, present, future perfect.
future perfect. And sister will give sentences. Okay, so where are the three sections? One, let us say here. He should come here. Any sentence that sister will tell among the three tenses. Among the three tenses, whichever sentence she says, this will be past perfect. Middle will be present perfect. You can just draw one line. This is just a simple demonstration. You can do it very well in your classroom, much better. So now get ready. Take your time. Take your time. Simple sentences we should give. Simple way we should do. We don't have to complicate. Simple way. Just to understand concept. What are different tenses? That's all it is. Yeah. Sister will start.
So the sentence is, Raman had drawn a beautiful picture which was admired by all. Raman had drawn a beautiful picture which was admired by all. Boy side also?
Correct.
Side?
No. The other team which I read out, the other person should construct another similar kind of sentence.
They should construct.
They should construct. So you have to construct the same tense sentence. What sister has read out, same kind of sentence you have to
past perfect. Whoever's past perfect should construct a sentence. All three of them are single.
No, single.
The single person.
Only that pair.
You have to say a sentence.
Construct the sentence. Yeah. If anyone is wrong, she has done correctly. She has chosen the correct place. Now you have to construct a sentence. If you do it wrongly, marks will be 0 for the team, for the pair. We'll be out. Like that it is.
My mother had prepared a sumptuous meal.
Beautiful. Perfect. 5 marks. Okay. For this pair.
So they go back?
Praveen and Sister Suma, you're right.
Sister Suma goes back or remains there?
No, you go back. Oh, now one more team will play like that.
Are you saying there are 3 teams now?
You can write. Now there are 3 teams, correct. Now there are 3 teams.
Second sentence is, I will make it a point to use all the material that I have received here when I go back to my campus. I will make it a point to use all the material that I have received here.
Yes,
correct.
Perfect. So who is along with her?
Future.
Future perfect tense. One.
I made a mistake. Excuse me. I'll make another sentence.
Yeah. Future perfect.
I have had my breakfast at Hriday Mandir Dining Hall. I have had my breakfast at Hriday Mandir Dining Hall.
Okay.
I have had my breakfast. Yeah.
I have had. Very good. Perfect. I have had. Perfect. Present perfect. Correct.
Present perfect.
So who is this along with him? Who is along with him? Okay. Construct a sentence in present perfect tense. Present perfect tense. Just now, for example, you can construct different. I'll give you one more example if you want. The teacher has arrived. This is present perfect. The teacher has arrived. The chariot has gone. The vehicle has left. Just now, the action is completed. That is called present perfect. Something like that you can.
Geeta sang a beautiful song.
That is simple past. So no problem. This is all game. See, this is all game. Just to show that children will do like this. Okay, we commit mistakes, doesn't matter. So okay. So next. Okay, you can say. No. If he is not, he will only say. He will only construct another sentence. No problem. Any one of them can construct.
I have given homework in this class.
I have given homework in this class. Perfect. They don't lose marks. Therefore, you write. They also get 5 marks. Very good. All of you, please give them hand. And see, it's very, very important for us to not at all feel bad. See, you should never feel bad. That you should be totally cool. Be just cool. Grammar, all of us make mistakes. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. You just take it sportively, sister. Nothing to worry. Grammar is a horrible thing. I'll be the last to teach. Just to have some fun, we have brought this. Don't worry. Next one. One last round. One last round. Just to show the entire class how you can play after teaching them grammar. This is for higher classes. This is for actually 9th and 10th and 11th and 12th. After they know tenses well, after they know how to speak, how to do all this, they have learned basics, everything they have learned. So in between we have to give even for higher classes so that we'll cover everything. I'm just giving one grammar also. Yeah.
So by Monday, we will have reached our campuses and started our classes.
Let's see. That's perfect. Very good. We will have reached. We will have reached.
We will go to Udupi campus after the
That is
workshop.
which tense? Simple future. That's right. That is simple future. Future perfect.
Use have also. Have also. Use have the future tense.
We will have reached. Or you can construct? You would like to construct?
We have a break after 10 minutes. We will have a break after
We will have
10.
finished the break in 15 minutes from now.
We will
have finished the break. We will have finished the break.
After
in 15 minutes from now.
15 minutes from now.
In 15 minutes from now, we will have finished the break. Like that, Very good. That's correct sentence. That's right. So just don't worry about the result. So this is how we have to conduct activities for grammar also. See, then only they enjoy. Once you teach them well. All right. That completes all the three. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. Sorry, sister. We just don't feel. Take it cool. Absolutely take it cool if we don't come out. Even we make mistakes. No problem at all. Absolutely. That doesn't matter. Yeah, please. I have had my breakfast. So this is using both have and had. This is present perfect. Present perfect. Yeah.
But it could be yesterday, then you can say, I had had my breakfast.
I had had my breakfast. Yeah. While telling, sometimes we use that term. I had had my done. Yeah. Depends on the context sometimes. Depends on the, very rarely.
I had had my breakfast.
I had had my breakfast when they. Yeah.
That is past perfect.
Past perfect. Past perfect. Yeah. So, did you understand, sisters? Now, one more last activity before we'll have the break at 10 o'clock. One more last activity. Now, this is a very beautiful activity. Let's see. This is very nice. I'll read out. Now, groups of 6. We'll form groups of 6. So, maybe 2 benches or something. 6 or 8. I'll also read it loudly. What is the objective of this activity? Generating ideas and using language functions appropriate to stating of problems. Giving suggestions. For example, can we do this way? We could do this. We could have achieved this. Probably we could do this. Like this, we have to give solutions. So generating ideas using language functions to stating of the problems also. What is the solution for this problem? How can it be solved? This kind of sentences we have to make. See, instructions, how we can do this activity. The teacher announces the topic and explains the task. So now you are a teacher, you are conducting for your children. You are going to discuss the traffic problems in your city. Now we are going to do this activity. We are going to discuss the traffic problems in your city. The local councillor has invited representatives of different organizations to discuss this issue. Now you are in groups of 6. One person among you is the local councillor. You have invited the others. Like one among you is the councillor. You have invited the others. Who are the others? Now you will be given your cue cards. That means I will just read out. We have not prepared the cue cards as such, but I'll read out what are the cue cards. You can note it down and play the role allotted to you. Different people. At the end of the meeting, the councillors will share the ideas of their groups with the rest of the class. So each group, they will have one counselor. He will share what all solutions the others are giving, the other people in positions. Now I'll just give you the cue cards. So one person, now you just do one thing first. I'll just go through this once again. I'll give you 2-3 more minutes. Go through this carefully, slowly, you read this. And then you make teams, 5 to 6 people in 1, 2, 3. Yes, like this you can, divide that. 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6. That is best. 6, this 6. Like that you can. Similarly here 5 are already there, no problem. There 5 are already there, no problem. So here 2 benches, here 2, here 2. Perfect. Like that it's perfect here. So 2 cards, I'll just tell you, see. For example, you are the counselor. What the counselor has to do, you have to choose one counselor who is actually, allotting different tasks, and he is going to convene this meeting. He is like the moderator. So that counselor is like the moderator. He is going to convene the meeting. And what is he to do? Welcome everyone to the forum. You have to welcome all others. You have to welcome others and ask each member to introduce himself or herself. Now, who are the others? I'll tell you. The counselor then what has to do? What he has to do, he or she? The counselor has to state the purpose of the meeting. The counselor will have to state the purpose of the meeting with that group. See, today we have assembled here for this purpose. We are going to do this. Like this, today we have assembled here for doing this. And then state the purpose of the meeting. Moderate the meeting. Moderate the meeting by inviting one member at a time to give his views and suggestions. So one by one you have to call them and you have to ask their views. The member of the town planning commission should be invited last. So this is one among the the other positions that you have invited. Who? The town planning commission, he should be invited last. And conclude the meeting, offer a positive assurance, thank the invitees. This is the counselor's work. Now, who are all you are inviting? You are first person, you are a member of the Residents Welfare Association. So one person should be nominated. Just note down. Councillors should note down. You can choose the councillor. Who can be a councillor? So you have to call the Residents Welfare Association. Okay. And then what the Residents Welfare Association, what they have to do, that person should introduce himself, state 2 problems faced by the citizen. Okay. So I repeat, what should the member of the Residents Welfare Association? See, in your group, you are having one person as the Residents Welfare Association. Member of the Residents Welfare Association. So what you have to do? You have to introduce yourself, state 2 problems faced by citizens and make one suggestion. The next one, you are the president. Next one is you are the president of the local schools forum. Suppose you are the president of the local schools forum. Local schools, okay, you are the president of that forum. Many schools, one president to represent those schools. You are the president. What he has to do? Introduce yourself, state 2 problems that you have, that you face of all those schools and make one suggestion. Similarly, the other person is senior traffic police officer. Nowadays even ladies are police officers. Nowadays even sisters are police officers, we have seen. So you are a senior traffic police officer. What he or she has to do? Introduce yourself, state any 2 problems that you face, make one suggestion. Similarly, you are the administrative officer at a local hospital. These things you have to note down. The councillor has to note down. Whoever is the councillor. I'll repeat all this once again in line. So you are the administrative officer at a local hospital. You have to introduce yourself, state 2 problems that you face, make one suggestion. For everything it is like that. Then last one, you are a member of the town planning commission. When he should be called? Town planning commission, we have already said in the beginning, he should be called last. Introduce yourself, you have heard the problems, state 2 problems that you face, make one suggestion or solution. So now, finally, what the councillor has to do, I have already told. What the councillor has to do? He has to finally sum up everything. See, the councillor's duty, I have already, once again I'll read out. Councillor's duty, welcome everyone in the forum, ask each member to introduce him or herself, state the purpose of the meeting, moderate the purpose, and moderate the meeting by inviting one member at a time to give his views or her views and suggestions. The member of the town planning commission should be invited last. Member of the town planning commission should be invited last, and conclude the meeting with offering a positive assurance. Thank the invitees. And after you finish all this, what you have to do that this is written. What is the instruction? The counselor will have to see the last one. This one. The teacher where is that? At the end of the meeting, the counselors will share the ideas of their groups. These counselors will have to come here and they have to share their ideas of their groups, what you have concluded. See, that is very important. That is what this. So that is the game. So this is how we have to improve the intellectual aspect of the children. Okay, now we'll start. Let me ask, this group, who is the counselor? Counselor? Okay. Your attention please. Sister Lisa is now concluding. She is the counselor of her group, and this traffic problems at various such places, hospitals, schools. What has been the summary of, what has been the conclusion by Sister Lisa of her group? Yes?
So as we have conducted the meeting,
loudly,
all the heads.
Yes, no.
So they have shared so many problems. Like when
please listen to Sister Lisa. Sairam? Yes.
So they have shared the problems like there will be so lots of traffic when the children are crossing, so there is no safety for the children after the school hours. And few have shared that student safety is very important, and vehicles go with high speed, and there are no police to take care of the students in the zebra cross or on the roads. So these are the few problems they have shared. So what are the solution we have come to is?
Yes.
And also the sweet vendors near the schools which distract the children mind.
Correct.
And there lots of chaos is created near the school, and the vehicles and everything get disturbed, and might be some accidents. So what are the solution we have come to is that the traffic should be controlled during the school, like while children go to school that hour, and after they come out the school get over.
Probably a special inspector in charge should be kept at that time.
2 policemen should be appointed for this zebra cross when the children are crossing. And then also they have come up to it one problem that when the residents people take their pets for walk, evening walk.
Correct.
So the children might get scared and chaos happens there.
Yes.
So that also should, like the residents can take their pets at a specific time which is given. And also
local hospitals. Patients will be moving.
They
ambulances.
Have given a point that after the school or the school bus must be allowed first.
Yeah. Then school bus must be allowed first.
And the vehicle horns disturb so much, so that also should be banned.
Hospital organization, what they have come up with? The president of the hospitals. Acha, okay, no problem. Anybody else now? Thank you, Sister Lisa, very much. Murli Krishna, come forward here. Yeah. Now, Brother Murli, he is the counselor of that group of our brothers, intern brothers. See, one very important thing we have to remember is, it is not, we should not see whether the boys, our students are capable, whether they are really intelligent or not. They'll just expose them to such things. This is an exposure. what happens when they are exposed to such things, they come to know how things are working outside. Oh, I see. This is how counselors will call for a meeting. This is how different things are discussed in society. Different positions, they carry forward their duties. These are the problems. In fact, because when Lisa's sister was telling one thing about traffic, I remember one vivid incident in front of my eyes. I will not describe it. In front of my eyes, in front of my school in Kolkata, where I was studying in Kolkata, it was called Fort William School. I was in Kendriya Vidyalaya Fort William School. There, I had come there and stood. In front of me, the traffic, one bus is coming. My friend has just left he's crossing the road. In front of my eyes, what has happened, I'll tell you. I cannot believe it. He slips and falls down. Okay, and then he has a bag on his shoulder, and then the bus, his leg is forward, stretched forward, he slips and falls down. The bus goes over his leg, completely, trampling him. And then he just stands up. I'm watching this. This is a real incident I have seen when I was in 9th standard in Kendriya Vidyalaya, Fort Williams in Kolkata. And when I'm just dazed, and everybody's dazed, they're shocked. And that person, he just stands up. He was in 12th standard, 11th standard. He was my senior, that student. And he's in a state of shock. And he starts going, and then again falls down, unconscious. Then everybody then rushed to him, and their blood is oozing and I was like, crying there. I started crying, seeing that horrible incident. So all these are real life incidents. What happens? Traffic, it's such a menace. You know how much of accidents are taking place because of this? Too many deaths are happening, too many major accidents are happening, and we need to know all these things, how it is happening, especially outside. See, we who stay inside will not be very relevant to it, but things are coming out. We need to know what is happening outside. So exposure. Let the boys come, whatever, let the students come and tell in whatever English, doesn't matter. We have to give exposures to them. Next, Murli Krishna.
Saram, everyone. From the meeting which we just had and the activity, so we had this 6-member committee which we thought and pondered upon few problems and solutions. And first person which shared his points was Sriniket. He's the president of local school forum. And he came up with this problem that at 8 o'clock when the school begins, there will be a huge crowd, these autos, buses, vehicles, everything will be there. And the roads near the schools are not so wide. It's very narrow, and it takes a lot of time due to the traffic. Every children wants to get down at the same point, 8 o'clock. And this makes a huge noise at traffic. And exactly at 12:30 or 2 o'clock, there'll be again this commotion will be there, and that was one of the point. And another problem which I said is in the cities, mainly in the cities, near the school itself, there'll be this heavy vehicles which will be passing through, bus, trucks and all. And he suggested, he was asking, they use horn a lot, which is not good because it kind of destroys the entire environment of the school. Boys can't focus because they'll be listening always the traffic or the noise. So this was one of the problem which he suggested. And the solution which we came upon with speaking with the committee people is we have to put a zebra crossing as for the boys to cross, and no horn sound sign, so that they to understand, and the sign saying that it's a school zone, for the people or the heavy vehicle to understand that it's a school zone and they don't use horn, only when they need only. And the plan they came up is using of school bus is much better than using autos or rickshaws or cars. This creates a lot of commotion. Using school buses is much better. And the next question, next point by Premchand, our local hospital admin. So he mainly pointed out that the hospitals in the cities are close to road, and there'll be a lot of heart patients, all these patients who have been gone through just surgeries or operations. So they need a lot of peaceful environment, and this is not really there. First of all, there'll be a lot of pollution because of heavy vehicles, and secondly, there'll be noise. Then thirdly, he just asked that for this ambulance to move, they need space. Especially in the cities, the roads are small and they need a special road, the special road is very difficult, but at least the people should have that idea that if there is an ambulance, they have to give way, because there is a patient inside the ambulance and they have to reach the hospital very as soon as possible. It was one of the problem and solution to it also. The next was town planning, which was done by Giridhar, local town planner. So the problem which we face always is in the cities, all these NH highways pass through the city. Bengaluru city, if you see, or many other cities, if you see, the highway itself passes through the city, and because of this, there will be a lot of commotion, lot of unwanted heavy vehicles which come through, and we know if heavy vehicles come through, there are a lot of chances of accidents. So that was one of the problem, and in most of the Karnataka, we see that mining, all this Ballari region, or you can see these trucks go through a lot of coal, mud and soil, which pollutes. There is air pollution, sound pollution, all kind of pollution in the city because of this. So the solution to this was making only allowing the trucks or vehicles which are supposed to go into the city, checking their requirement, and if there is no requirement for them to pass through, they can use a bypass is one of the plan which the Giridhar and we spoke about. And these are few things, and Lohit is a senior traffic police officer. Lohit has mentioned that it is very difficult for the police officers, and mainly in this COVID situation, that people won't use mask, and there is a lot of pollution. They have to roam around, and Lohit being a senior police officer, he is 60 above, so he has to stand in the middle of the road in the hot sun. There is literally no one helps. Like there is hardly there is someone helping him, or there will be very less police officer. These are few problems, and solutions to it is institution like ours. We like in the COVID time, we were giving food to the police officer near Mudanalli and Chikbalapur region, and he said thanks to that was very helpful. He got some food. Like we used to he said that Sathya institution was sending food morning and evening, morning and afternoon. He used to go only for the dinner, and something like this was few things we discussed. Thank you.
A wonderful presentation by Murali Krishna. Very wonderful presentation, stating the problems and solutions of what their group have discussed. So I think now we'll have a break, and afterwards, after coming forward, we'll have two more sessions. Another one intern here, one intern, our teachers, two more people, one or two more rounds we'll have, and then continue with the cursive writing. So now we'll have break of 10 minutes. We'll have a break of 10 minutes. Thank you so much. This is called communicative approach, real life situations. They learn English through the touch of the real life situations. Like you are really, because traffic problem is one such menace really. I know everyone knows in India nobody follows traffic rules. How many accidents, how many problems, traffic jams, hours together, all because of not following traffic rules. In foreign countries, how they do it, you know, so beautifully they follow. So over to sister.
So as we had a meeting, so we came across so many problems and also suggestions also for that. So first is Resident Welfare Association. So they expressed their problem that children are unable to cross the road due to heavy traffic, and also because of that people are facing so many health issues. So we came across the solution was that first of all, we should start using so many eco-friendly vehicles, like in Mudanalli we use, right, those Sai Rathas. So it will be good. And also next, local school forum president, he also expressed his problem that due to noise, children are unable to concentrate in the classes. So near school and all, if we put road breakers and all, so there people can go little slowly, and it will not bring any distraction to the children. And next is traffic police officer. So first he told the problem that as sir was explaining now. So first it is in our hands that we should follow the traffic rule, but here we are not following the traffic rule. So he suggested that first people should follow the traffic rules. Then youth should control their excitement. While driving, they will have their own excitement and start driving so speed. So they have to reduce that. And next, district officer also told that we know that because of those heavy traffic, people are, we know that ambulance and school buses will be there, so they will get affected. So he also told we have to reduce speed. Then by hearing all this, what I felt was traffic has become one of the most dangerous problem. So we have discussed many problems related to traffic right now. So I feel traffic rules must be taught and emphasized. So when children are young, so they will be aware, they will have that awareness, even they will try to follow and they will try to teach it to the next generation also. So
beautiful presentation, very, very well spoken and expressed about the team's discussions. One brother this side, yeah. Maybe youngster, my special request is to give more chances for youngsters. We all elders can give more chance for the younger brother. Anybody is ready? Then our brother will.
Sairam, we discussed various problems, and with regard to this residential welfare administrator, we had Praveen TC, who had come up with these problems, where he told that children face problems when crossing the road, and there is no primary health center near the residential area, and the suggestion he given was he need a small PSC to be constructed. And with regarding the local school forum chairman, we had Amrut Kalal. He told that because of the traffic, many students are not making on time to the school, and the second thing was because there is a traffic signal nearby the school, it produces many lot of sound, and it is disturbing the classes. So the suggestion he gave was, so this regarding the traffic signals and the traffic, police should look into it. And next we had the traffic police officer himself. As a senior traffic police officer, we had Sidram Nagur. He told that these traffic are created because many people come without driving license and without helmet, so they have to stop them, and they have to discuss for the reasons for why they are not carrying it, and because of this there is a lot of traffic which is created. And he also told that there will be a speed breaker near the traffic signal so that students can move to the school safely. And the suggestion he gave was it will be helpful if everybody cooperate with traffic rules and regulations. And the next portfolio was administrator officer from the hospital. It was Vidyasagar who gave two major problems regarding this. Because of the traffic again, the emergency vehicles, that is ambulance, cannot make on time to the hospital. And there are also road accidents because of no security on the roads. And the suggestion he gave was, it will be helpful if there is a traffic patrol for the ambulance. And at last we came with the planning commission, that is our local planning commission. He told that he had some problems. He told that people are cutting the trees and they are spoiling the environment. And when I asked him about the traffic, because he is a planning commission body, then he told that they are going to fix these traffic signals wherever they are not necessary to the places where there are 4-3 junctions coming together. And he also told that shifting signals to some other areas, as I told, and making a separate way to the ambulance where it is called as a service road in some of the places. And for the four-wheeler, he told that they should strictly use the bypass in the highways.
Beautiful, excellent. Give them a big hand, please. Very, very good presentations by our younger intern brothers. Very, very good presentation. Speaking so well. Especially this lane thing, it was not mentioned by any group. In India, especially these traffic problems arises because of we don't stick to the lane discipline. The lane discipline. We try to cross the lane in order to reach fast. We try to go this way, that way, always. So somehow to sneak in is our. Whereas in foreign countries, the traffic, they make very meticulous. Even if the midnight, once Murthy Anna was a witness to this, when he was in the midnight in Britain, he saw midnight, nobody is there, but still, the driver has to wait for the traffic signal completely, and they follow this. So this is something which is very, very revealing. And I want one more, one intern sister. This side, please take chances. As far as possible, all youngsters should get chance. This is our fervent wish. especially youngsters. And Swami wants them to, and see this exposure, see we know that in different stations of life, all, even including police inspectors, hospital staff, everybody, nobody speaks English perfectly. We have seen that they all speak imperfect English only. So we don't have to worry about perfect English presentation. But this will, in course of time, what it does, one is it removes the stage fear. When you come and stand and face many people, you lose stage fear. You know, you meet eye to eye and you see everyone, they see you. So you lose that fear only by facing the audience. There is no other way. You have to face the audience. You have to use this platform, because you will not get this kind of chances again. When you speak like that, when we give chances to students to come and give speech or any kind of presentation, it's a golden opportunity for them to lose stage fear and get exposures. Very, very important. These activities are. Yeah, over to sister.
Om Shri Sai Ram. Offering pranams at Swami's feet. I am very humbled to be the counselor of this session regarding the common problem in all the places, that is traffic. So the adversities regarding traffic were discussed. The Residents Welfare Association member had come up with his problems, that is because of heavy traffic, the people are unable to reach to their jobs or their destination on proper time. Because they are getting delayed to their work, their salaries have been cut. And another thing she has come up with is pollution. Because of too much traffic, there is pollution, and that is leading to diseases. So the solution for this is a traffic police should be strict with everybody, and he should make sure that everybody will follow all the traffic rules. And one more, to reduce pollution, one family should have one vehicle. And the next one is local school president. So she has said that children are unable to reach to school on time, and she has also mentioned about the accidents which children have gone through. And so it would be better if the school vans are provided to students, so that safely they can come in school van and go back. And the next person, the senior traffic police officer. So he is a very important person in the session, because it is regarding traffic. And he also mentioned, like we are discussing about city, but she has mentioned that traffic jam in the rural part of the urban area, that is, even there are slums also, even there is this traffic, and whenever it rains, the pathholes will be full of water, and the drainages will be leaked, and nobody to take care. There also the traffic is leading to chaos in the streets. So she has requested for the government to build proper roads. And the next person is administration, from administration department. So she said that there is delay of ambulance and
administrator in which department?
Of hospitals.
Yeah, okay.
So there is a delay for the ambulance to reach onto the spot early, and doctors can't reach on time. So if the traffic people, when they find an ambulance, if they stop the other vehicles and allow the ambulance, it would be easy for all the patients to reach on time to the hospitals. And there should be some kind of coordination between doctors and also police officers. All doctors cannot travel in ambulance all the time. So if there is some coordination between them, the doctor also can cooperate with the police officer, and he can reach on time to the hospital and save the patient. So at last, and not the least person, the planning commission member, she has assured that all their problems will be solved and all the solution will be fulfilled. And she said that she need all the members coordination from different organizations to solve all these problems. And she has concluded saying that united we stand and divided we fall. And I would like to say that traffic problems cannot be avoided unless and until we follow traffic rules. Thank you, Seva.
Very, very nice presentation by all our intern sisters and brothers. Very excellent presentation. Speaking excellently well. Next, anybody would like to change our youngsters? Anybody left out without speaking? Youngsters? Have we covered all counselors here? Sisters, intern sisters, have we covered all counselors? If any intern sisters are there? Intern sister, anybody would like to speak? Intern sister? Okay, I think we have covered those groups. Now this time, teacher's side. Anybody wanted to speak here? Please. Somebody had come forward. Please, anybody come. There's also just one thing I would like to bring it to your notice regarding presentations. When we come and give presentations, there's one secret. Means this is the psychology. See, if we understand the psychology, we will give better performance. What I particularly feel is, generally people think, that we improve speaking by speaking. How many of you believe in that? 100%. We improve speaking by 100% speaking only. How many of you believe in that? Okay. This side, anybody believes in this? We improve speaking by speaking alone. 100%. In fact, the psychology is, if you have noticed your own life or anything, what we should do, the secret is the speaking part, it improves by listening. So, and when what happens, there are two ways. One is, one can be very sportive. If you come and present, and if it doesn't come out well, you will be very brave. Such people will get along, no problem. But suppose you are not confident, you don't do well. It may affect your own mind. You may feel guilty at the jeers and laughters of others, so people may comment about you and you feel getting guilty about it. So what I personally feel about this, when I have pondered, and in my own life what I have seen, I started speaking very late. But when I started speaking, it was only after deep deliberation of introvert life that I had led. And that made me ready to speak. So once you get the confidence, then we should come and speak. This is my personal advice. What I feel is, when you're confident that you can do well, please come forward. When you're not confident, bide your time. Lie low. So bide your time. Because don't be in a hurry to give out. First gather. What Vivekananda says, become a power, become a dynamo of spirituality. Acquire power in silence and become a dynamo of spirituality. So first you have to become a dynamo of spirituality. You have to gather power in silence. So what happens when that Chataka Pakshi and all, it will be waiting, and then it will, when that raindrop comes, it will attack. So like that, we have to bide our time. We should not be in a hurry also. This is also correct. But the other part is also correct. If you are courageous, come forward. Don't care about the result, about people's comment, this, that and all, what. You should not care. That is also one way. So both ways you can combine and do well. This is one for presentation people. Over to sir.
Om Sri Sai Ram. Thank you very much, Ananta sir. Whatever he has said now is very, very true. Absolutely very, very true. That's why I was telling him that let the interns first come and speak. Because they are our future. They are coming from all the different campuses. This is like a headquarters. Mudanhalli is like a headquarters for them. But they must come forward and speak forth. Because even if they make any mistake, no problem. They can rectify it so that they can speak well when they go back to their campuses. That confidence should come to them. So that is why what he has said now is perfectly true. To the T it is true. So, in fact, I didn't want to come at all. Because we have not, what you call, fag end of the career. We have come to the fag end of our life. There is nothing more to achieve for us. There is no name, no fame, no money, nothing else is there for us. Hari Hari, that is the only thing. But still, to be with you people and induce some moral support and some courage into you, that's why we are there. We are just like a catalyst. You are all the elements. We are not the main, we are just there amidst you. But you people have to come forward and do. He's shouting from morning, let the interns come, let the interns come. But why should you be coaxed into this? You must come on your own so that you can sharpen your skills. You are all having lot of skills, isn't it, Ananta? You all are fully, boosted with skill. But you are shy, not coming out. Please come out. In fact, now also if somebody is left, please come over here and talk. You can talk my script, no problem. Anyway, thank you very much. See, after listening to all your wonderful talks and put forth your so nice suggestions and the ideas which has come from all of you all, mine is whatever we have decided, we are all oldies sitting over here. So, our bheja is all old only.
Sir, one student wants to come forward.
Definitely.
Getting inspired by you.
Yeah, leave that. Please.
Salam everyone.
He's a very good boy.
Yes.
Swami calls him idli.
Salam everyone. Respected all teachers and all my loving brothers and sisters. It's not that we are feeling shy or afraid to come and speak here. And we are so fortunate that being a student of Sri Sathya Sai University for Human Excellence, from the first semester itself, these kinds of coaching will start for us. And in the process of 3 years, we have learned many things, and even extempore and even these kinds of presentation, many things we have already learned. Of course, that we are not saying that we are perfect, but actually our boys are not afraid. Even if they come and tell us to speak here, they are all ready to speak. Only the thing is, as we made groups, like they have made a groups of 6 and 12. Because of that, only one fellow is coming and presenting it here. And even if we call anybody, they'll come and speak. It's not a afraid or feeling shy. That I wanted to tell everybody, sir.
No problem. Absolutely correct, because I've seen everybody's English, and especially our brothers, where, as sir was telling, we are highly talented, this group. And our intern sisters also. Everybody is speaking so electric, I tell you, they're so good in English. This group is very, very good in English. Excellent. Fantastic. So anyway, now I think we'll move on to, we have one very, very important aspect to cover now, and that is the cursive writing. But before that, I want to, for about little time, 20 minutes time, I want to show you what kind of audio visuals will really inspire children. Different levels we have to show them, different levels. For younger kids, different level. For higher people, a little more, because you can't expect the 9th and 10th standard to enjoy, Tom and Jerry. You can't expect them to enjoy this, the cartoons, You have to give them higher cartoons. Even if if at all you have to give them something higher, it should be. So let's see some videos, and then, and these videos are entertaining videos kind of thing. There are something like for assessment. For example, listening activity, we have something, we'll give for assessment also. Give them with worksheets, prepare the worksheets before itself, give them, and then put all these things like interviews, that kind of listening activities meant for assessment. But these videos are the primary basis. At first you have to put them, maximum. You have to put it for only entertainment. And then comes the assessment videos. That also I'll show you. We have made that also. How to assess listening activities. Now it is for entertainment. What kind of videos you have to select. And some, even if it goes little out of the way, say for example, in fact I'm going to show you 2 types. One is real film, moving motion film. Okay. The other one is only having the, English content and just like silent. But it's having both audio visual, silent. That is also very effective. So that brings in silence and that makes you introvert. So these 2 things we're going to see for some time. We'll start with Mahida's help. Already ready? So, Okay, oh yeah. There's something so entertaining, they should just enjoy. Even if there is no English, doesn't matter. Win their hearts. This is a great strategy for all teachers, irrespective of subject. Irrespective of subject, choose a very good audio-visual content, and in this I'm sure our intern brothers and sisters are very good at that. They will have much more. Yesterday, our brother was actually telling me so many things we could see, and I got enlightened. So many things to be shown. So they are too good at that. We don't have to tell anything. But still, whatever we showed, the good content of English, the good content of this kind of presentations, we are just going to show a little bit of that. So again, I reiterate this point. There are two ways. One is either for an adult or teacher or a student. One is gathering stage. You're listening and reading, you're gathering. It is becoming passive vocabulary constantly. Then a stage will come when you're going to express. You become confident of expressing. So one is either you become confident and express, or simultaneously keep gathering also, keep expressing also. This is also a very effective tool. Very effective tool is to even gather and but see, how to read this is very important. See, for example, mother talking to her child. Where is your lunch box? I have to wash it. In the bag. Anil, why haven't you finished your lunch? Mom, I had samosa from the school canteen. But it is a wastage of food. I'm sorry, Mom. I can't stuff double the food in my belly. That's obvious, but every grain is precious. You could have told me in the morning. What child? In fact, I had no such plan. Nitin got it for me. I shall take care in future. That's good. I feel so bad when people waste food. I got it, Mom. Good. That's like my sweet boy. See, this kind of intonations, you do it in front of your children, they will love this. They love this. Next, you have requesting for help, logic and manners, seeking homework help. Hi, how are you? Fine, man. How about you? Me too. Have you completed your maths notebook? Yes, of course. Can you help me with your notebook for a day or two? What for? Some of my homework is pending, yeah. Sorry, I can't give it to you for 2 days as I have to prepare for my test. But I must complete my homework. And I must get my parents' permission. I always keep them informed. Are you scared of his scoldings? No, I'm not afraid. Helping a classmate is a nice thing to do. Well, give me for a day. That's enough. Fine, take it. Thank you very much. It's all right. See? Relevant intonation, as if really it is happening. When you talk really in the absence of anybody. Really you should show that intonations in front of your child, showing that this is how it takes place actually, when they talk really with each other. So this is how we have to prepare. How it is going to inspire the children. This kind of Amar Chitra Kathas, this kind of CDs, we have to select the audio issue. We have to spend a lot of time for it. Just imagine, brothers and sisters, how much waste of time we do in simply what we say, preparing the question papers. Colossal waste of time. Let us spend time for gathering such videos. See, yesterday I sat and I gathered all these videos till 3 o'clock in the night. And I could not sleep. Sleep did not come to me. Because I was so inspired by this, and I was one by one I was downloading, one by one I was selecting from my other sources, this, that, I brought some CDs. Sleep did not come to me because in my mind only one thing, it was all beautiful because it took me to those days when I was showing films to our children. It was taking Monday, I used to start selecting the film to show it on Saturdays. Saturdays was a video show, all of you know. All campuses we have Saturdays video show. When I was a warden, I used to start my preparation on Monday, till Friday that preparation would go on. Selecting, then censoring, then keep it ready. And then, the thought that children will be happy, they'll be inspired by this film. And then sit with them and enjoy, see their enjoying faces, see them enjoy that bliss out of that, Our intern brothers and sisters will know when they take care of the children. The bliss of inspiring the children. The bliss of putting something good for them. They should be happy. So we have to give lot of exposures of this kind of audio visuals. We must fill them with that. This comes under listening. LSRW we must teach them. Listening, separate syllabus we must form it. It's not a hard and fast rule, but we may give you some syllabus. You can always go beyond and show something better. That should be the freedom given to teachers. We may have a syllabus, no doubt. So, say for example, for reading, LSR, R means reading. We have a set of book that we have prepared. Suppose a teacher has some better lesson. He is inspired or she is inspired by some better lesson. We must allow them to do that. It's not that, this is the prepared book by us. You can't go beyond the syllabus. This is nonsense. Therefore, we must give freedom to teachers. They should, what they inspire, what they get inspired, they can inspire the children with. So now, for some time we will, until our Mahidar brother gets ready with that CD which I wanted to show, I will start the cursive writing part. We will learn this writing which is so difficult. It's called psychomotor skills. Psychomotor skills. And so difficult to, the nerves, we have to, how it gets much part of this one. We can switch on all the lights now. Switch on all the lights, that side lights also. We all could have, so to say, we all could have used the tabs, even right from primary children, where like France and, like Britain, there are some countries where they don't use writing at all probably. They'll use all their, every answer is in mail, email, this, that, the question paper, they do everything mail. But unfortunately, good or for bad, maybe that only may be bad, we don't know. But in India, you can't escape examinations. Now, even if you think 12th standard examination a boy has to face, NIOS, 12th standard examination. Now, can you prepare him all of a sudden, 9th and 10th level, you start writing, developing handwriting? Impossible. Take it from me. So, though the miles, what Swami said, miles to go before so there are so many years left till he reaches 6 years, but you have to start in 6th class, otherwise you will be tortured. It will be difficult for you. And then the handwriting will be such that you can't read anything out of it. You cannot make anything out of it. So the strategy is, lay the foundation in 6th class, do everything possible. Once they get the handwriting, and then just write every day 2 pages. I have done this. By Swami's grace, somehow I did this, and somehow Swami's grace, without Swami's grace and blessings, nothing will work out. East or west, nothing will work out. This I am convinced in my life. But at the same time, our effort is important. Our effort is also important. So, yatra Yogeshwara Krishnaha, yatra Partho Dhanurdharha, tatra Shri Vijayaha. So, if a teacher wants to develop good handwriting, some or the other strategy, suppose we are not able to do that, you can use CDs until that time, but you have to keep practicing. To some extent, at least you have to set a good example. To some extent, at least you will have to, write, if not perfectly ideal. So, we have to develop this handwriting part, and handwriting means it is cursive. Necessarily, it will become joining handwriting. Otherwise, it's not handwriting at all. What is the thing in writing? For example, if you lift the hand and write every letter separately, well, there's no other way, therefore you are writing like that. You can write neatly, but it takes long time. Time will become more. In examinations, speed is the criteria. Speed. I remember my father, he had written engineering exam and he got into railways after passing one exam called IRSC. Indian Railway Service Examination. It is a UPSC cadre examination where he got All India 6th rank. That's why he was taken very quickly and he got promotions in railways. He told me once, I went to the exam and I knew everything. I wrote everything, but my speed, because of my speed, I could not write. I could not get 100. He got 94. Because of speed, he lost that. Even many children, they know the answers, they are not able to complete the answers, in English especially, because English language you need for social, science, every subject. Every subject is written in English. Therefore, we have to think of a deeper solution for this. We have to think of a deeper solution. How we are going to do this, we don't know. Answer is cursive writing. The time is 6th class. How you are going to do, that is left to you. Hook or by crook, somehow or other you have to develop this in 6th class so that you will use it henceforth. I'll show you how we can begin. How actually I teach small children. I'll just teach the same way. First I'll teach one letter. I'll write one letter. You all have to see that, and you have to write first you have to observe. When I am writing, you should not copy. You have to keenly observe, because observation is very, very important. I told you, imitation. All of us learn everything by imitation. How do we become singers? We have heard somebody. How do we become artists? We have seen some arts. We get inspired. Why do we become engineers, or why do we become cricketers? We are inspired by somebody else. All is observation. Keenly observe how they write and admire, appreciate. Oh, this is the way. Then I imitate. Then I start doing that way. So the teacher has to first show, which the students have to observe, and you have to be very strict in the class regarding this, because generally what happens, this attention goes away. They'll be seeing here, there, they'll be doing. So you have to be very strict. If anyone does not listen to me, you have to stand up. Just threaten them even if you make them stand up for 5 minutes or 3 minutes, then make them sit down. Don't give them too much. But your tone should be very strict, and you should deal with them very strictly. Keep them at a distance, and then they will get alert. So they will not dare to cross your words. So you have to see that they concentrate. And in fact, even in audio visuals, I have found one thing. Even in audio visuals, if they don't concentrate, they will not listen. You have to be very strict. So 6th and 7th, you have to be very strict actually. Actually, you'll have to be very strict. You can't be very lenient. You can't talk and, joke. And otherwise, they will not take it seriously. You have to keep them at a distance. Then 8th, 9th onwards, you will be able to joke also with them. Because they'll not lose that, maturity. They will know where the line is drawn. So 6th and 7th level, the teachers who are now teaching or who wants to teach 6th and 7th level, they have to be very strict with them, because they know that without that strictness, that seriousness and that concentration will not come. It will spoil. Later it will be difficult for me only to teach them in a higher class. So this has to be borne in mind. Discipline, if it is not there, it becomes difficult to even teach also. So I'll show you. So what I'll do, one letter I will write. You all see that first. Completely you see how I write. Then you try to write in the same way. I'll come quickly and have a round. One letter. This is how I do in the class. And in the beginning you should do this. For every letter you have to come. You write. You come. How they do. Just see. And if anything is there, correction. Do the correction. Again go. Once again write next letter. You have to keep repeating this. And in the beginning, it's a struggle, dear brothers and sisters. I tell you, you feel like giving it up. Handwriting teaching is there, no? Phonetics is interesting. Phonetics is interesting. They say, sh, ha, ing, ung. They will do all this very well. Phonetics, they learn so fast. They enjoy it. They learn speaking fast. They will enjoy audio visuals. All that is fine, good. What about handwriting? There it is a difficult challenge. So therefore, right from 6th class, if you don't attack it, you will find it afterward extremely too late. Time will be too late for you to change. Therefore, struggle and struggle, but it will give dividends if you don't give up. We saw, no? Don't give up. Don't give up. Those videos. Never give up. Keep struggling. And if they write badly, correct them. Again, you make them write again. 10 times. 10 times. Don't know, brothers. I tell you, last year, the batch which I took, how I have struggled with them. My heartbeat had increased. BP had slightly increased probably. Shouting at them, because number of boys. Shouting, keep silence, and then, thoroughly reprimanding them and taking some kind of action. But you are not supposed to beat. If you beat, go out, finished. So that's very important. You can't beat, you can't be, lenient also. So you have to be in between. So handwriting, that is why my suggestion after practically going through is generally what we think is put 10-15 minutes of video and then 10-15 minutes of handwriting. It will not work out, brothers, sisters. I feel that take up one idea, as Vivekananda says, take up one idea, think of it, dream of it, live in that idea, just leave every other idea alone. And that is the way to success. Which means, now suppose you take up handwriting, until they get it, because what will happen now when they see audio visuals and all, their mind will go towards all that. They will take more time to learn handwriting. They'll take too much time to learn handwriting. So what I did was, when I started showing audio visuals in the beginning, after some time when I found that their minds are not getting focused, I told them, if you don't learn handwriting now, we are not going to again resume video show. So I stopped it for a while. 2-3 months, continuous handwriting it was, until they picked up. Everybody picked up. And I'll show the books tomorrow. I'll show every one of their books. I'll bring it here. Cursive books. How beautifully they write. So after 1 year, after 4 months, continuous only handwriting, 3 months. Then they do it. Every day only handwriting test you should. So 6th class, teachers should not be in a hurry to do lessons and portions and all that. Because handwriting only is not set. What will they write tomorrow? And you tell the other teachers not to start any portions. What you are doing, you are teaching handwriting. Okay. Oh, A, B. The social studies teacher or somebody else, they'll come and say, write notes, otherwise I'll give 0. The student is like, one person is pulling here, one person is pulling a conflict in the heart. They are doomed. Now what happens? They will write in worst handwriting in social studies or something. Then you have to undo that. You have to say, don't write like this. Once again, in your class, they have to write neatly. In the other classes, they are, the teachers are in a hurry to give marks. They say, finish it tomorrow, otherwise I'll give 0. Tomorrow you have to submit the notes. These are the practical problems. Conflicts in the children, tortures that they are facing. What is the solution? Can you tell me? What is the solution for this? In 6th class, that is correct. That is one permanent solution. If that is not possible now, see, tomorrow only we can't do that. Because you can't make that. Because as of now, suppose immediately you can't do. You have to come to a consensus solution. You have to discuss and then you have to propose it in the meeting. You have to say this must be done. Probably Swami also has backed it, no doubt. Swami has himself told one teacher should take. So taking all that, you have to take that initiative and do it. It takes time. Until then, it may take 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. Until then, what is the solution? Very good. That is not for only English. You have to tell that, all of you should express this problem that I will teach handwriting, English handwriting, and other people, other subjects, they force them to write in bad handwriting quickly for marks. So it is leading us to nowhere. It is rounding about the bush. Our efforts are becoming waste. So stop other subjects until they learn the basics of writing for all subjects. Later it will be good for social. Later it will be good for science. Why are you in a hurry to finish portions? Let them first learn the handwriting in English. English is the basis for all subjects. So tell them, convince them. Otherwise, you will find language teachers, it will be a torture for you. And I waded against the motion of the river. I had to swim against the current. They were doing and I was reforming it. Finally, I did it. It is like, almost patient revived. Doctor dead, though I am standing in front of you somehow. That's by Swami's grace. In the class, I was almost dead only. So, this is one grave problem that we are all facing about handwriting. We should not teach them science, social at all for first 4, 5, 6 months until they learn basics of speaking, writing and all this. Then you start. I remember one campus in charge group, our Madhuvanna had sent one. Swami had sent one beautiful newspaper clipping on teachers' data. Teachers they had collected this this one, and they had sent teachers they had proposed this. Have you read anybody by chance? Anybody? Do you know that? They all proposed all over the country. They have all proposed. Lakshmi sister or your sister knows. They had all proposed only English and basic maths should be taught in 6th. No other subjects. Correct, no sister? There's one sister here to support me. Thanks. See, across the country, the data they have taken and all the teachers have come to this, don't force us. They have written there, don't force us to do the way you want. We will find out a solution. We want to do the way we want. And in 6th class level, no other subject should be taught other than basics of maths and basics of English. So that once they learn that, later it becomes easy for them to pick up any subject. English and maths only. Difficult. Basics they should learn in 6th class. First I'll start with the capital letter. And don't think you have to do exactly according to me only. Little variations will be always there. Overall style and overall beauty should be like that. And it should be curved and beautiful also. It should be easy also for us to write. First, capital letter and small letter I'll write together. Capital and small. See, I start. Right, I'll use this line. Probably because this is I'm a little short man, so I'll use this. So this is perfect for me. Capital A. This is capital A. And it can be slightly slanting. And if you want slanting handwriting, see, in style, there is something called straight handwriting and slanting handwriting. You tell the children, choose any one. You tell them choose any one. You show the slanting, no doubt. Tell them choose anyone, but don't choose combination of both. See, you should not write like this. A is this side, N is this side, T is that side. Every letter will look drunken. So that should not be the way. So either you write all straight or write all slanting. But when you do, the slanting looks very beautiful. So let us do with slanting only at first. If you are good at slanting, you can write straight also. Once again, I'll start. A, small, capital A, and small a. So I've shown. Just try. All of you write capital A, small a. After a few letters, I'll come around. After you finish only, I'll write the second. Observe and write in the same way. And one more thing. How to write the book, this also we have to tell, because I've seen boys how they catch the pens. 45-degree angle, 60-degree angle, book. Book should be at 45 or 60-degree angle. See, I'll show you. For example, this is the book, notebook. Where shall I sit? I'll sit here and show you. See, I don't know where I can show you. It should be like this. Like this. You know, if I'm straight, the book should be like this. You can't keep the book like this or too much like this. 45-degree or 60-degree. It should be kept at an angle of 45-degree or 60-degree. And the pen, because right from 6th class, if you don't tell this, handwriting will be worst. And your position should be straight, and pen position, see, some people, you know, I have seen, in spite of our telling also, they hold the pen wrongly. They'll do all this kind, some, I don't know. Keeping the positions crooked, some people write straight. They make it complicated way of keeping, but they write straight, nicely. I don't know how they do it. But it would be all the more better if they keep it properly. The forefinger, the thumb, you know, the first finger, the thumb, it should come, and then you should take the help of the support of the middle finger. So this is the way, you know, generally everyone knows. So like that, you have to show the children how to sit, 45-degree angle, sit straight. And when you write, you must not have anything on the table. When you write, you must not have any other book on the table. You can keep it down, be comfortable, very, very comfortable. Only one book must be there with you. So these are the instructions you have to give it to the children. These are the instructions you have to give to children, that don't have anything on the table, on the desk. So keep only one notebook, what you are writing, that's all. Otherwise, you will not be able to keep your hands freely. It will hinder you. Keep it down if you want. Just remove it and keep it down if you want. Then you have to ask children like that. Is it over? Yeah, everybody will say yes, and then you have to continue. So next letter, and then what here for me it's little difficult because many number are there. In the class, what you should do immediately, you should, after you write, when they are all writing, quick round. You have to see immediately, because before they commit again mistake, you know, by writing wrongly, you have to correct them immediately, showing them how to write. So letter by letter, actually like this, you know, you have to get down. After you write one letter, you have to quickly see how you have written on the page. Very good, you should say correct. Beautiful, okay, quite all right, good, very nice. You have to see everybody, good. Right, I'll just see 2-3 rounds, that's very nice. Like this, you know, you have to go around everybody and you have to correct it, then and there. Next one, all of you see here, I'm just talking as if you are children now. All of you see here, don't see anywhere else, concentrate here, focus here, all eyes here. Nobody should see anywhere else when I'm writing, because if you miss it, again you will not be able to understand how I write. So how I write, how I do the curves, how I start, how I end is very important in cursive handwriting. So A is over. Now let's see B. And leave some gap. Capital B and small b. Capital B and small b. Once again, see, capital B and small b. Start it with one and curve it, and you can write whatever possible. Actually, what had happened, I had practiced in white markers, whiteboard we have. All of you are also in your campuses, I think there are whiteboards. Whiteboard or green board? Green only, is it? Because either you have to practice with chalk piece or marker pens. So it makes a difference little bit actually. So capital B, small b. Is it over? Yes? See, for example, now whatever you feel is the best style you can write. Yeah, this is one version I'm showing of, cursive writing where you can join it and write with other letters. You can definitely write. There are different versions. Cursive writing, there are different versions. You can definitely write different versions. There's no hard and fast rule that this only it should be. This is just one way of. So different versions you can actually show it. So mainly, see in cursive writing, our letters, the way we write, it should help us to join with other letters and make it beautiful. That's all. So what finally looks beautiful, that is most important. So it is up to the teacher. See, you need not do everything in one particular way. Beauty lies in different ways. There are different beautiful handwritings, different kind of beautiful handwritings. So you can choose one way. You can choose something, whatever appeals to you. Finally, it should be joining handwriting, that's all. Because that is very important. Because if you say, now for example, if I write like this. Now if I say B-O-O-K. Now this is not handwriting at all. This is not handwriting at all. I don't call it handwriting at all. If you just write leaving your pen, there is no joining at all. Whereas if I write like this, B-O-O-K. So if I write like this, something there is joining and I can write fast also. Speed also increases. I take one word, letter with letter, join it and write. So I'll cut down my time. I'll save my time. So also it looks beautiful. So curves always looks beautiful. Which is beautiful? Glass or a picture. You know picture? Which looks beautiful? A pot or a glass? Which is more artistic? Pot only, In India, dome. Why domes are there everywhere? Because domes, that curves always looks beautiful. Curves always looks beautiful. Wherever you give this kind of, for example, if you do like this, N, it looks beautiful. Or M. This curve looks beautiful. If you write H, for example, H. See, the ending part, that beauty is very important. Finishing touches. That finishing touches are very important. Because beauty is very important here in this aspect of handwriting. Beauty, everywhere. Swami says, Andame Anandamu, Anandame Jiviki Makarandamu. Somebody don't work. Andame Anandamu, Anandame Jiviki Makarandamu. Beauty is the nectar of life. No? Therefore, we have to inculcate the sense of beauty. John Keats said, a thing of beauty is joy forever. And this sense of beauty we have to develop in children. In anything that they do. They must dress well. They must have proper, sometimes they look like Kumbhakarna, all this kind of, spikes coming out. And nowadays they like that modern something, they'll be doing like this. Their head should be in the portions, the end portions of their hairs. It should turn like this, something like rhinoceros. And they think that is style. They think that is style. See, that way if you keep going for style, torn jeans are style. Torn jeans. It is literally torn. That is style, it seems. I just don't understand head or tail about all this. Therefore, that way we can keep thinking about weird way of thinking. It goes on and on. There is no end of it. Therefore, our Indian style is actually in Western, beauty means tight pants. I don't know how they walk with tight pants. Some people, how they walk, men and women I have seen in the metropolitan cities, tight jeans. How they feel comfortable. You feel suffocated. You will die in some time actually. Whereas in India, style was, in olden days, the style was loose, what we say, dhoti kind of thing. That dhoti, it looks so elegant. Indian dress is always loose. And dhoti and this one, everything is very loose and it looks so beautiful actually, elegant and so graceful it looks. See dhoti, see everybody, even, see Matsudans, our Swami, how full dhoti. That is our Indian graceful charm that we, whereas in foreign countries, tight pants, they wear tights. We are loose in this, in this aspect. And okay, and let's come to the next one. So B is over. Next, let me come to C. All of you see? I'll write C. So C and small c, capital C and small c. Just put a curve, make it beautiful. Capital C, small c. Today we'll finish the alphabets. And then tomorrow we'll start words and sentences we'll finish. C is over. C is done. Can I start the next letter, children? Simply accord. I'm just using the terminology, just to have a feel of it, that you will also have to do the same. C is over. Next, D. C. D. So, how, see, curve. And then 1 minute, I'll write off the small d also. Observe, small d, capital D, small d, capital D, small d. No problem. If it goes little above, no problem. It's not that it's a crime, you will get punishment. That should not be like that. The 4 lines are just to help you. It can go little above it. D is over. Okay, next one. E I am writing. Shall I write E? E. C E. This is capital E. Capital E and small e. Different ways are there. There's no rule that you have to write exactly according to me. It should be joining, that's important. Different styles are there. Sense of beauty is very important to be inculcated in small children. We should never tolerate boys or girls in classrooms with unkempt hair. They must come to the classrooms with proper groomed hairs. There must be a crop cut, proper, that main road visible. It should be visible, otherwise you should not let them enter. Otherwise one pukka will be here, one here. It will be going sometime, they will be looking all like, either porcupine or something. Different creatures, they will be looking like different creatures. And dress also sometimes. It looks as if they have taken a holy dip in the gutter water of Muddenalli. They'll come with yellowish dress, yellow, kind of pale and dull colored dress. Some kind of yellow, that too stinking yellow. You will get fragrant smell even from 2 miles far. Kindly switch off your mobiles. They are celebrating my sentences with music. How nice. So these 2 aspects of wearing white dress, spotless white, bright white dress, along with proper hairstyle, and then good handwriting, in every aspect beautiful. Racks. If you see the classroom racks, you'll go crack. Because the racks are like, they'll dump the books in such a way that you have to, for removing the book only, you require some exercise. It will be like dumbbell exercise. Gym, other gym is not required only. It will get stuck up somewhere and you have to keep putting effort. So rack should be neatly, Madhyanaran Bhatt used to say. It seems Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, he used to go to Samadhi level, Samadhi level like this somewhere. And Afterwards, at night, he used to keep things and he used to told, because he used to deal with those brother disciples, no, his shishyas. Every small article, even he remembered at dead of night also, it seems you should remember where you have kept this pulses here. You should have kept according to in a disciplined, ritualistic manner. So, though he used to go to Samadhi, he used to instruct, he was so meticulous in cleanliness and neatness. In his biography, it is written, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. He used to go to Samadhi, but he used to insist on these things. You ask Madhyal Narayan Bhattanna, he used to tell how to even arrange books, increasing order wise, height wise, neatly keep it in the racks, every small work. So when teaching handwriting, that is the time you have to inculcate these values also. About beauty, about neatness and cleanliness. That is very, very important. See, we should tell how Swami comes out, see. How Swami, very neat and perfect. Satyam Shivam Sundaram. Swami is the embodiment of Satyam Shivam Sundaram. He'll be so bright, he'll be so charming. Embodiment of beauty. So that is the way even our children, everyone should look reflections of Swami. Teachers should be like that. Teachers should be like that. Students should be like that. If students come with a different kind, I told you, different attires and different creatures, they'll be looking like we get frightened. What creature is coming inside, we feel. So I've seen many boys, they don't care about hairs and all this. So subject teachers or class teachers, that's why we should take care of that. Then only it will work out. Next letter is like this, F. F, and small f is like this. Small f, capital F, small f. There may be slight difference in my angle. I have written from this side. Sorry. Almost no problem. Capital F, small f. Possible I'll write up also. Make use of it. Now let's just observe. I'll write one full line. You observe and write. First you observe it off. Now, till now one letter we have written. Now just kindly observe and then continuously write. F is over. Now G. I'll write continuously. Observe. Capital G. Small g. Then capital F. H. Small h. Capital I. Small I. Capital J. Small j. Then capital K. Small k. Capital L. Small l. M. Small m. This much you write it off. Carefully write it off. Capital H is it? Capital H. I'll show it here. Like this you can write. And then continue writing from here. Joining from here, hat, like that. While writing H like this, I start from here like J, like I, and then one more reverse order item. No, in the sense, this looks beautiful and also to join it looks easy. So there's no force here, like what appeals to you and what appeals to you as beautiful and easy, we have to do the best in that direction. So generally what happens, there is a set of, opinion that this looks beautiful. Generally, it is by and large, that's all. It is all individual outlook. If it doesn't appeal to you, you can always make changes. You can make changes. Yes, sister. J. See, for example, that takes all the 4 lines. J, capital J, it takes all the 4 lines. See, for example, you come like this. So, capital J. And small j will be starting from here. So, you can. And also, you can also write J like this. This looks also beautiful. You don't have to put dot here. If you write like this, you can put a dot. Whereas if you write like this, like T first, this looks very beautiful also. And then small j also like, then put a dot. See, what looks beautiful, you have to prefer that.
This K when you write.
Yeah. First you write like this and then. Yeah. You can't continue. For some letters like K and all, later you can continue from here. For the next letters, you can continue from here onwards. For example, K, I, T, E. So this part you have to write. So till M we have finished now. I'll rub this line and finish off the remaining letters if you have finished. Yeah, no problem. No problem. No problem, sir. No problem, sir. Today. This is really good. Very beautiful, really good. I'm surprised. Very good, sir. Actually, very nice. I am really surprised. Very nice handwritings. Beautiful style. Very nice. Oh, fantastic. Look at this E. Beautiful, beautiful. Only some of them you could improve probably like this. Everything you have to just see only and then write. I hope from here it is visible properly. Okay, little dark I should have written. But anyway, the board itself is dwindling. I got afraid that it may fall on my head. Hey, very nice. See, curve is so nice. That means what I'm now convinced is, if we show, definitely we'll get results. I particularly feel children are always really, I feel that we have to just show them, that's all. And they are ready to do it. Correct, no? I'm seeing very wonderful handwriting here. Very nice, very nice. J is so beautiful. Oh my goodness. So beautiful. I tell you, honestly, I'm telling you.
There is no dot for this.
Huh?
There is no dot for capital.
That's okay. So the style is so nice. Style is so good, Very good style. So this is straight. Straight also it's beautiful. It's so nice, man. Really. Hey, beautiful handwriting. Definitely you all can become very good English teachers. I'm not simply telling. I've observed them. I'm not here to just exaggerate. All these people, my God, very fantastic handwriting. Very nice, very nice. Only H is little dumma, more. Other things are very good actually. D is little. I say no. If it is very thin, I say Narpetle Narayana Sanakal Kaddi. Like that, you have made. D should be like you, little bit. So here down curve you put. It looks nice. Downside M or L. E is beautiful here. F should little bit improve. Oh, this is fantastic. E also. Most of the letters are very good. Very nice. Anyway, I'll just see the last line once after I finish the remaining letters. Our sisters have written, and definitely they would have written very well. Very nice, very nice. Okay, very good. Very nice. Very good. The sisters are anyway good. I know they pick up faster, I have seen. Because when I went to Jaipura campus, I remember I had gone to Jaipura campus and I had taught. Anybody from Jaipura here? You remember when I came there? So when I taught our sisters, 11th and 12th, I taught them a couple of days. I could see very, very great sincerity. Means they learn very fast. And they are 10 times more sincere than we, brothers. We have to be coaxing and goading. Whereas sisters are very sincere. They have more passion and more commitment. But I was surprised to see now Honestly, I'm telling you, I did not expect this handwriting from our brothers. Fantastic handwriting. Really, give them a big hand. All our brothers have written so beautiful, I tell you. It looks so nice. That curves, they have written so nicely. This bridge I have to always keep crossing. And I'm afraid I become like Patiski again. If I fall down. Okay, next one. I'll finish off now. Another 10 minutes are there. Well, 33. After M, what comes? Tell me, children. Okay. So, 6th class boys, you have to ask them. After M, N. So, see here. Focus here first, and then completely I'll write till Z. Then you can copy. Until then, don't write, because observation is very important. Now, M is over. Let's write. Now, sometimes what happens in writing M and N, some boys, they develop, some students, they develop like this. This pointed end, you should avoid. Pointed end will not look beautiful. Curves will look beautiful. Make it curved, rounded. Anything rounded is definitely beautiful. So, but whereas pointed, it doesn't make sense. So, we have to avoid this kind of thing. Little bit, sometimes it happens, but you have to give a curved. Yes? Small n, I'll write. So, see, capital N, it looks like small n only, but only difference is first 3 lines. See, modern days, earlier what was happening, they were writing like this. And we think that this is the ritualistic way, now it has changed. You see the now modern printed cursive books. So now you can write capital M and N like small only, but size should be big. So this is capital N because it looks beautiful. And anything that looks beautiful, you should keep updating that. Why we have to keep up with the old, this one? We have to keep updating ourselves. N, small n, then O, small o, then P, small p, Q, small q, R, small r, then S, small s, T, small t, U. Can I rub the first line? First line can I rub? So you continue till here. T, small u, and same kind between 2 lines you write small u. The middle 2 lines small u. Now we'll see by and by how writing at first separately these letters, we learn to join the writing in using the same style. We learn to join and write the words. Words come and then sentences and then paragraphs. I'll show all. Till paragraphs we'll write. So when they will be writing, you have to go round. So you will get time to go round. You write one line and then they will be writing, you will get time to go round and check. And sometimes you have to show on the book actually. That is a very important correction that we have to do. You will have to show on the book. Otherwise it will not work out actually. You will have to show them by writing on their book only how you should correct, how you should write. Then they will get more, corrected. If they do that way only, they will get more corrected. If we don't correct it in their book, they will not learn. Beautiful, beautiful. Very nice, beautiful. Very good study. Which one? Which one? Which one, sister? P. Okay, continue. Small u. U, after u. V, small v. W, small w. X, small x. Y, small y. Z, small z. Let it go out of the line little bit, no problem. X, doesn't matter, you can write like that. You may have to focus nearer because sometimes it may not be dark. I have not written very darkly, so you may have to go nearer and focus nearer, and so that afterwards when they see the recording, they can use it very easily. Thanks. We. Yeah.
Isn't it better to teach them to make the V a little sharper at the bottom?
You can.
Like this.
Yeah.
Otherwise
The difference between V and U here.
I know that. Like this comes like this and this comes down.
That's it.
But they won't do it, these boys.
You have to make them do it. I mean, you can do that. There's nothing wrong. If you feel, as long as you feel that is better than this, whichever is, which you feel as more beautiful, you adopt that. I feel this is beautiful. This looks, you can make out, because U is very marked way. You have to come down with a curve, and V here, you take a circle. For example, I'll show you again on the board. See, U and V, madam has pointed out one thing, that it looks similar. For example, I'll write little dark here. For example, U is like this, you come down, and whereas V, when we write V, you go up like this. So you can easily make out there's marked difference here. And this looks beautiful because if you make it V like this, as I told you, pointed ends, generally this is my opinion, pointed ends don't have beauty. So you tell me, when you see from there, this appeals to you or this appeals to you? This appeals to you or this? How many of you feel this appeals to you? Isn't it? So majority feel that this appeals to you. So because pointed ends, even M also. See, for example, M, if I write like this, many of the boys, they forget and they start writing like this. Pointed ends. But the moment you write pointed ends, no, it loses its beauty there. See, M should be like this. See? This only looks beautiful there. N also. See, this looks beautiful here. H or N or F. Even F also, when you write F, see, this kind of curve should be there. F, this kind of curve. Sometimes, you tend to write like this. This is a shortcut way of writing, but this doesn't look nice. So you have to write, complete F, small f. Or some people, they write even awkward, like this. They think this is F. Shortcut way of writing, this is F. F-R-O-M, they write like this, ulta. That's not correct. It doesn't look nice. So all these are wrong ways of writing. So Z is over. Yeah. Okay. I'll write in this space. with capital V. We have to join from down, one word. See, for example, V, E, L, V, E, T. Velvet. See, marked way you have to write. And in cursive writing, this aspect you have to tell children that I would tell that when I begin the words. When I begin the words, I will tell them what I tell them. See the difference, the gap between the letters. Same, yeah. So the criteria for judging cursive writing, how do you give marks? Suppose I tell, how do you give marks? How do we give marks for cursive writing? In a page, you have written a cursive writing page. Okay, one full page of handwriting. How do you give marks? The gap between the letters, this is one. Gap between the words, that also. Gap between the words. Too much gap you should not leave. For example, too much is too bad. Too much is too bad. Suppose I write like this. Look at this sentence. Too much is too bad. So this gap should be same and should not be too much. If you write leaving too much gap, it looks awkward. Generally, the idea is you must not be able to make a roadway in between. There should not be too much space that sometimes the children will write leaving so many space between words, it looks so awkward. You can draw one road only. Like this, you can draw one road complete in all the lines. You can see that there's so much space between the words. So the second criteria will be gap between the words. Then the third criteria to judge handwriting is uniformity. Uniformity. That means uniform way of writing, all slanting. All the letters should be equally slanting towards one angle. If it is 60 degree, all 60 degree. If it is 45 degree, all 45 degree. One letter 45, one letter 60, it looks awkward. So slanting is little more difficult, but it's nevertheless all the more beautiful. It looks wonderful. But whether slanting or straight, you should write all uniformly. All letters in a uniform way. And the next one is cursive style itself. Now some people will have different styles. I have written like this. My T is like this. Some people will have different styles. Cursive style, what looks appealing to you? So that is another cursive writing, cursive style. So based on all this criteria, 2 marks, you have to judge it for 10 marks. Cursive writing. So cursive writing test. After giving 1 week of practice of writing, copywriting, you say tomorrow I'll give cursive writing test. I'll write on the board, you copy. And the speed also will increase. Now, as you practice, it will be that even if you write fast, you will be able to write beautifully. Your handwriting will not suffer. That should be the speed. In the exams and all, you will have to write fast. I have papers over the years where I have preserved the papers where boys have written. I'll show you the answer papers of boys who have written pages and pages, but nevertheless in beautiful cursive handwriting. It looks so wonderful, You feel joy looking at their papers. You feel like giving full marks. And in fact, actually, to be frank, now at present moment, no schools, nobody will read your scripts. The fact is they will see your handwriting and quantity. You have written more, okay, you have written beautifully, take full marks. Nobody will read the script and give. This is the fact of all examination centers. Everywhere, nobody reads the script. How can they finish otherwise in little time, so much of valuation, so many papers? Thousands of papers will be on their head. Every day, thousands of papers they have to finish valuation. Nobody will read the script. One of the senior professors in Mysore University told me, when I was doing my B.Ed, I met him at that time. He told, nobody reads the script. I was stunned. How do they give marks? Simply, they see your handwriting, they see your neatness. Or they may read one answer. They will just read one answer and the same thing they will assume for all. They will judge one answer. Oh, this fellow is this much. They have techniques. They will save their time. So anyhow, this will be an advantage for you. Good handwriting will be an advantage. And just imagine, so many people, like as sister was pointing out in the beginning, Lata sister told, Gandhiji later realized, no, so many, Gandhiji's English was marvelous. Even English people, they saluted him. The judge and the barristers, they were standing in awe in front of him. When he used to come, he commanded a respect unimaginable. With just a loin cloth, a man frail as a skeleton would come and everybody would salute him. The judge would say, in one of the session, it seems, in court session, the judge would say, Mr. Gandhi, I don't know how I should react, but I definitely don't feel like giving a sentence against you. Therefore, I release you completely out of my... He told like that in one of the sessions, the way Gandhiji talked. Beautiful English. You read his works, My Experiments with Truth. His English is so marvelous. Marvelous. He has written so well. There is enough for every man's greed. It was his quotation. But not for even one man's greed in this world. There is enough for every man's need, but not enough for even one man's greed. So many beautiful quotations. And he, with such thoughts, perfect grammar, but still his handwriting is worst. And do you think so many people are there like that? They will all read their scripts. So with such good thoughts, you will get less marks. Why simply take risk? Therefore, this is a handicap. We must not leave this. We must not take risk. As long as India has examinations, you will not escape from this. You are bound to do it. Therefore, teach them at early age. That is our only suggestion. And there's no choice here. We have to do it. Later it becomes very difficult. Illegible handwriting becomes very great torture for everyone. So we have finished with this. See how Abhishek is talking with Yaman. Friends. How friends will talk. How friends will talk. Hey Yaman, how are you, dude? I'm cool. How about you? Me too. Hey, just tell me, what grade did you get in your exam? I got A1. That's great, dude. Here I must say it's just because of your hard work. Thank you, buddy. Okay, you must be studying hours and hours. Not like that, but success has a price. Means? I just complete my work on time and never keep my work on hold. Secondly, I keep same speed of work throughout the year. I see. Congratulations. Thank you. Could you feel that feeling? Could you get the feeling of this one? No, same situation, same life situation. So this way we have to read, and these two will, you can do this role play later. Exactly, the time is 12:54. Over to Sister Lata for today's Asha Madam's talk. Very, very inspiring talk yesterday. Over to Sister Lata.
Ananta Krishna brothers' instructions in handwriting took me back to my childhood years, the primary school years, when we had to do pages and pages and pages of handwriting. And sometimes most of the impositions also were in handwriting, like I will not make too much noise, I will do my homework daily, I will not eat from others' tiffin boxes. So these were the impositions we had to write in handwriting. And I think that investment and that time spent by the teachers was worth it today, I feel. All the more, much more than I did feel earlier. Today I feel those days and that investment in time and their efforts, teachers' efforts was worth it. I'm so thankful to the teachers.